Former U.S. President George Bush has passed away aged 94 at home in Houston, Texas. His wife Barbara died 7 months ago. Bush was the 41st U.S. president from 1989 to 1993. He was admitted to hospital with a blood infection. He was also suffering from Parkinson's disease. President Trump will be attending the funeral in Washington. Wednesday, 5th of December has been designated a day of national mourning. He has had difficult relations with the Bush family and did not attend Barbara Bush's funeral. The U.S. flag has been lowered to half-staff at the White House. Bush Sr.'s single presidential term in office was dominated by foreign policy, the collapse of communism in Eastern Europe and Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein's invasion of Kuwait in 1990. He was instrumental in building the international military coalition that forced Iraq's Saddam Hussein out of Kuwait. Bush became president after serving 2 terms as vice president to Ronald Reagan, but he suffered the ignominy of becoming a single-term president, defeated by Bill Clinton in the 1992 election amid a weakening economy. Bush entered politics in 1964 after starting a Texan oil business and becoming a millionaire by the age of 40. During World War II, he was an aviator before being shot down by the Japanese in September 1944 while on a bombing raid. Following his honorable discharge from the Navy in 1945, Bush married then 18-year-old Barbara Pierce. Their marriage would last 73 years and they would have 6 children together. In later life, his character came under scrutiny when he was accused of groping a number of women at public events. A statement issued by his spokesman after a recent incident said he would never intentionally cause anyone distress. White House spokeswoman Sarah Huckabee Sanders released a statement saying, "A state funeral is being arranged with all of the accompanying support and honors. It will take place at the National Cathedral in Washington. A lying in state in Washington is thought likely, followed by burial at the Presidential Library in Texas alongside Barbara Bush." The last state funeral for a former president was that of Gerald Ford, which began on December 30, 2006 with a lying in state and service at the U.S. Capitol. Further services were held at the Washington National Cathedral on January 2, 2007 and the following day in Grand Rapids, Michigan, his boyhood home. The U.S. flag was flown at half-mast on official buildings for 30 days. Bush is survived by his 5 living children and 17 grandchildren. His 6th child, daughter Robin, died of leukemia before her 4th birthday. Bush suffered from Parkinson's disease and had used a wheelchair for several years. He had been in and out of hospital in recent months, including right after Barbara's death. Funeral arrangements will be announced in due course, McGraw said. The former president, a Republican, is expected to lie in state in the U.S. Capitol and then be buried at his presidential library in Texas. President Donald Trump hailed Bush's sound judgment, common sense, and unflappable leadership. At the White House, the American flag flew at half-staff early yesterday. Bush was born on June 12, 1924 in Milton, Massachusetts into a wealthy New England political dynasty. He put his studies and career on hold to join the U.S. Navy during World War II. He flew 58 combat missions and was shot down over the Pacific by Japanese anti-aircraft fire. He returned home and graduated from Yale University, eventually launching a brief career in the oil industry in Texas. Source News, BBC and the Daily Star BD. Thanks for watching.